Haven't seen that stuff in years. My ex made me burn all my movie junk.
Miss January,
1978.
Were your turn-ons really chest hair and customized Vans?
If they were, they sure ain't now. I think my manager wrote most of that crap. Hey, what's that? Oh, right, the drive-in waitress one. Believe me, bending over in roller skates is not as easy as it looks.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. I must admit, I'm a little bit jealous of our next guest because she was somewhere that I very, very, very much wanted to be last night.
That's right, Kim Cattrall, front and center at the Vancouver Canucks game last night. And you can see her in her brand new film, Meet Monica Velour, which is opening tomorrow night at Tinseltown. It is a must-see. How are you?
I'm very happy
to be home. How was the game?
Good game to go to, Kim.
I arrived Sunday night from San Francisco, the GLAAD Awards, and there was something going on at Vancouver Airport. There was just it was the first game, you know, that we won, and I tried my hardest to get tickets, which I got some tickets, which was amazing.
It's not easy in this town right now.
Not even for me, it's not easy. And so we went last night, and again, I've never seen Vancouver a buzz like this, ever.
It really is electric when you're at the game.
Well, not even at the game, at the airport, walking down the street, everybody's wearing, you know, the t-shirts. We have waited 17 years for this, boys.
So I gotta knock on some wood.
Bring it home.
Kim, are you a sports fan? Do I need to even ask this question? I know you grew up sort of watching English football, of course, and Premier League.
Well, you know, I was born in Liverpool, so I call myself British-born, Canadian-bred New Yorker.
Perfect.
And you know, I like the Knicks. I think they're great.
Yeah.
But
you just have to say that in case New Yorkers are watching this.
No, I do. I go see the games. But you know, when I see Liverpool play and they sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," it affects me in a very specific way. And when there was so much traffic, you know, going to see the game last night, that I got there a little bit late, and they were singing the Canadian national anthem, and I was sitting out there with my popcorn and my burrito, singing my heart out. Oh, Canada!
You gotta.
I was so exciting.
Now let's talk about a couple of the Canucks that you got to meet and got a couple of special.
No, I didn't meet any of the boys.
You didn't get to meet them?
No.
But you got the autographs for a very special person.
Thank you, Fiona, for bringing that up. My nephew was shipped out to Kandahar. He's in the Canadian Armed Forces, and he's in the Signal Corps. His name is Alec Kuss. He'll kill me for doing this. And, you know, we miss him, and we're nervous for him, as we are for all our boys over there. And I thought what I would do is ask, you know, the Canucks if I could have a signed picture of two of his favorite players, which is Alex Burrows and Ryan Kessler.
Those are two good ones.
Two good ones, two really good ones. Because you need your heroes with you, you know. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's there on friendly forces now. They're, you know, they're getting out slowly but surely. But still, you need your heroes with you.
Well, there's a feeling. I mean, we're going to talk about the movie in a second, but there's a feeling of powerlessness that comes with watching someone that you love, that's part of you, go into a situation under which you have no control. You know, you just sort of have to let them go.
Listen, I did everything I could. I sent him documentaries, books about war, and this is something that he wants to do.
But at 21, that was his choice.
At 18, that was his choice. He joined up when he was 18.
Wow.
But his grandfather, his great-grandfather, his great-grandfather, World War I, World War II, you know, they fought on both sides of his family. So I think it was something that it makes sense that he would want to carry it on.
Well, and he's doing it for you know, the right reason. He wants to go there and make a difference. And
he does.
We were talking about that before.
We're very proud of him.
Yeah.
And he's grown up a lot in those years, those 3 years. He
I
really
can't
has.
imagine.
But it's when they get shipped out, you know, it's another level of anxiety. It really is.
Well,
okay, let's switch gears and talk about Meet Monica Velour. Mike and I did meet her because we got a chance to see a sneak peek of the movie. Congratulations. It is such an amazing story.
Thank you.
It's the coming of age for a young boy, but also for the character that you play,
Monica,
too.
yes.
Tell us about Monica.
Oh, this was a character that really scared me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm known for playing very high power women.
Sex pots.
Sex pots, all those things. And this is this is the other side of sexuality, almost the unseemly side. I mean, I always thought Samantha Jones in Sex and the City was about celebrating sexuality and fun after so many years of AIDS, you know, this sex play, gay sex play, or whatever it was called at the time, and coming out of that to celebrate sex again. And I thought, well, that's really joyous. That's wonderful. We need that, especially a woman, you know, playing that at a certain age. Now, this role was taking all of those things and turning it inside out. And I didn't have anything to rely on other than really courage.
Yeah.
Because I put on 20 pounds, I changed my posture, I changed my voice. I mean, we eat very healthy. I'm a sports nut, you know, but this was a totally different characterization for me. And also having to play a character who has no choices.
Yeah.
I've always played women who are in charge.
Yeah.
And this woman, basically, she's living in a trailer park.
She's a former stripper, former porn star.
Yes.
Everything
in her
that
50s.
could have gone wrong has gone wrong for her, living in a trailer park.
Fighting for the custody of her daughter.
But
that is her objective.
Yeah.
At the same time.
It is. You know, this is what I love about independent films, because they don't just have to come under one heading of comedy, drama, war, 3D, cartoon. This has humanity in it.
Yeah.
And these are the movies that I loved when I was growing up in the 70s, because this director, first-time director, has the courage to just put the camera and let these characters talk. And the story slowly unwinds, and you laugh, and you enjoy it. You're so connected to these characters. Instead of being manipulated with music cues and special effects, you really get to see what's going on.
Although there is a 3D scene in there, in a matter of speaking. So, there is just a touch of it in there. I was talking to my wife after, and we watched it together, and I think for every person, but as, you know, because we're talking about your character and women, there is that little kernel in there about you know, what happens when you get older, that sort of vulnerability and that fear of, you know, you've got that person inside of you that you carry all the time that is heavier, that's older, that's disappointed, that's sort of beaten down by life. And I think that's what makes this resonate so much for everybody that watches it, is you know that there's that in there.
I think that struggle for happiness, that struggle for fulfillment is what we're all dealing with.
Yeah.
And when you see characters who are three-dimensional, not cartoons, I mean, those are fun too, but you must have some protein on your plate. You know? You must have some substance, I believe, to really understand more about what your life is.
How scary was it to do the stripping scene?
You know, the stripping scene is so much a little part of what this movie is.
Yeah.
The humiliation of it, because this
You could
woman,
really feel that coming through, that she didn't want to be on that
you
stage.
see, I made a very specific choice, is that she doesn't want to be stripping ever again. She's doing this for some kind of, you know, money so she can get custody of her daughter. So she's not there.
There's like a mask that drops over.
That's the only way she can get through it. But to be 20 pounds overweight, to have cellulite hanging out, I mean, I have cellulite. I don't know about you. I'm going to admit it.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. Anorexics have cellulite. Exactly. And people start to get wrinkles. And I just said, you know, I want to start to embrace this. I don't want to look like, you know, a plastic surgeon victim. I don't surgery victim. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to age gracefully, but age, you know.
Yeah. Well, and it's a leap of faith, I think, in other people and people that follow your career, that you have to make at a certain stage where you're like, okay, you know, I'm going to trust that people really enjoy what I do as an actor and as a professional, and that they're going to follow me through.
But you know, I don't rely on, we were just talking about this, I don't rely on Hollywood for my work anymore.
Yeah.
You know, in some ways, I'm like this character, Monica Velour. I've been marginalized simply because I'm of a certain age. And that's really sad, because I think the older people get, the more they have to say, the more they've experienced. But Hollywood doesn't see it that way.
Do you think that'll ever change, though, with the ageism in Hollywood for women?
I think it's changing. I think the fact that I have a career, and I am a spokesperson for I Can't Believe It's Not Butter and Olay products, I think that's changing. That wouldn't have happened 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I feel very much a part of that change. And that's very exciting. I'm benefiting from it, but I also feel in some ways a pioneer, because Sex and the City was a very pioneering, you know, women's voice that we really needed to hear.
What did you say, the GLAAD? Well, you just received a GLAAD award, which is tremendous for you know, support of the
gay and lesbian,
transgender community.
Yes.
And part of your speech, you were talking about the character that you played for 9 years on Sex and the City. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but you said I played basically a gay man.
Yes, I did.
for 9 years. But it's such a funny twist on the perception, you know?
You know, our show show was written by gay men and straight women. So they always felt that because of Samantha's libido, it was equal to, you know, a gay man's. And you know, for me, it was such a great pleasure. I enjoyed it. Whether you thought she was a gay man or a straight man or the woman that she was. I mean, I am not a gay man, obviously. But I do like men.
How much fun was that, though, or how satisfying was that to receive an award like that? Because I know that everyone involved in that has really used that as a place to speak, you know, very honorably about different things that you're passionate about.
First of all, GLAAD is an amazing organization.
Yeah.
You know, I wish we as women had an organization that was so on it. Anything that in the press, if anyone says anything in any kind of connotation negative towards gay, lesbian, transgender, they are on it. You know, I wish the women's movement.
Imagine if there was.
We have to. We have to get young women involved because they weren't there on the line. You know, burning the bras and saying we need equal rights amendment and we need this. These things have been left aside, and I feel that that's. In this post-feminist era, we need to do something about that. We need to stand up.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kim.
Such a great
The movie
pleasure.
is fantastic.
Thanks,
Go
Kim.
Canucks, go.
Go Canucks, go!
You can see
Liverpool, not quite, but maybe next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Go
you can
Monica
see
Velour.
you can actually meet Monica Velour. Friday night it opens in Tinseltown, and you will definitely want to check it out. Thank you again.
Thanks for your time. We're going to take a